Hey everybody, welcome to That Vinyl channel. I'm That Vinyl Guy Boss. On this episode, I'm going to be entering a contest. There are currently in the VC, I believe 6, at least I know of 6 active contests going on, and I would really like to jump on all these contests. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go ahead and do that. This year's one contest I definitely want to go ahead and jump on. I'm probably going to jump on another one probably tomorrow, and maybe next week a couple more, we'll see. But right now, this here contest is for Rick at Rickin' Records. Okay, he is having his 300 subs double down contest. Yes, I have a cheat sheet. I am old and I forget things, so I want to make sure I get this right. So again, Rick at Rickin' Records, his 300 subs double down contest. We got that, right? Good. Now, what he wants us to do is go ahead and show 5 albums that we have doubles of and explain why we have doubles of these albums. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started right away, and let me see what I have here. Okay, so the first one I have here is the soundtrack to The Fifth Element. So this here is a Mondo release. It came out quite a long time ago, sometime around 2017, I think. I didn't look it up, but around there. And this here is an orange and white variant for the jumpsuit that the girl, I forget her name, wore in the movie. Now this here is one of the more common variants they had. They put this out. It sold out pretty quickly, but a couple years later they put it back out again. It's a more common variant, but you know, I do love The Fifth Element. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm big into soundtracks as well. But this here, I wanted to go ahead and get this, and this here again is the orange and white variant. Now this here is also the same soundtrack. This here is the soundtrack to The Fifth Element. If you see this record is green. They sold out of this variant very quickly on their website. As a matter of fact, I pre-ordered this, and then it was very limited quantities. When they actually put it up on the website for sale, it sold out within hours, from what I understand. So I was glad I pre-ordered it, but they never came back out with another issue of this green variant. It's very hard to come by, so I have a more common variant and I have a more rare variant. That's why I have 2 of these. Okay, let's move on to the next record here. I have Styx. Surprising to a lot of you, right? Since Styx is my all-time favorite band, I talk about them a lot on my channel. But this here is Styx. This here is a Super Disc version, which is kind of like the MoFi, and but it's very cool pressing of it. And so I collect Styx. I collect different variants. So we have this one here, and I have this version here, and this version I have because it was signed by the band. So this is Styx Cornerstone, signed by the band, and that's why I have 2 copies. Actually, I have about 5 copies of this album, but I pulled out 2. There you go. We have the Super Disc version, and we have the signed copy right here. All right, moving right along, we have Alan Parsons Project. This here is Eye in the Sky. Now this here is an original pressing of, first pressing of it, you can tell, because the eye is gold and embossed. So the very first pressing of this has the eye, it's in gold, and it's embossed as well. So that's how you can tell a very first pressing of this. This here is up there as one of my favorite Alan Parsons Project records. And I have this copy here. This is the MoFi release, came out a couple years ago. This one was, you know what, I think it was for their anniversary, even though they didn't advertise the anniversary on their website, but I believe it was around the anniversary of the album. It was remastered, and it was put out on 2 discs at 45 RPM. So very cool. Again, this here is Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. All right, moving right along, we have the Cars Heartbeat City. I believe this came out in 1983. This here is an original pressing from that time, and I have this copy as well. Now this came out a few years ago. I believe it's a European pressing. I believe it was pressed in Europe, but regardless, this here is the Super Deluxe version of it. They of course remastered the LP, but they included a second LP that had outtakes and stuff like that. So it's a very cool version of it, and even the cover is different. It's all in white instead of having that wine color around the border. But that's why I have 2 of them. There we go. And this here is Cars Heartbeat City. So I believe that's 4 down, right? And now we go to number 5. We have Kiss Creatures of the Night. This here is a unofficial pressing of it. It was from Brazil. It was pressed in this silverish color vinyl, and they have, I believe that's Eric Carr, right? Eric Carr's picture right there. So, very cool version of the cover, very cool version of the record. And I have this duplicate here, which is indeed the same record. This is Kiss Creatures of the Night, same track listing, same record, but it has a different cover. This one came out a few years later. They did not press a whole lot of these, from what I understand. It's a little hard to come by, but there we go. This here is my duplicate. This here is Kiss Creatures of the Night. This here is the one called the unmasked version of the cover, but there you go. Okay, there you go, Rick. There's your 5 duplicates. I want to thank you for hosting this contest. I want to thank everybody for watching today. If you're not subscribed to my channel, now is a great time to do so. I want to thank everybody again, and I'll see you all next time.